Cervical cancer is a sexually transmitted infection, and here's why. Over 90% of cervical cancer is caused by the human papillomavirus, also known as HPV. Now, HPV is the most common sexually transmitted infection that nobody talks about. Up to 60% of sexually active adults have at one point been infected with HPV. Thankfully, most of these infections are self-limited, which means that through your body's own immune system and your own healthy lifestyle, your body is able to deal with it and overcome that HPV. Unfortunately, a few HPV infections or a few subtypes of HPV go on to cause chronic infection, with the commonest manifestation being the genital warts, which are outgrowths on the skin around the genitalia, around the vagina, the penis, the scrotum. You find some outgrowths over there, and it can be a bit unsightly, but most people don't see it because they do their sexual activity in the dark. A few subtypes still proceed to cause cervical cancer, and so 90% of cervical cancer is caused by HPV. Now, this can actually be tested for, even though for a large population in the world don't have access to the test kits for these things. But ideally, safe sexual practices can protect you from catching HPV. What do we mean by safe sexual practices? The ABCs of safe sex. A is for abstinence, but you and I know that abstinence doesn't really work, because man must eat, a woman must also eat, and so abstinence usually does not work. And so if you cannot abstain, then you have to be faithful to a partner who is also faithful to you. This is because if you are faithful to your partner and your partner is not faithful to you, he or she can go bring the infection and then spread it to you. The third thing is, if you are not too sure that your partner is faithful, then you need to use a condom. Condom is the only contraceptive method that has the dual protection of preventing pregnancy and also preventing STIs. If you do these things, you are going to protect yourself from catching the HPV, and to a large extent protect yourself from developing cervical cancer. And so this is why we say that cervical cancer is a sexually transmitted infection. And so practice safe sex and protect yourself from catching cervical cancer.